We have been in a fog, and as we emerge, we see that the world has been pushed to the brink, and so have you. I'm Dr. David Owers, I'm the Doc of DeFi, and I invite you on a journey with me. A double major education in health and in wealth, and how the two go together. So today we've got a change in conditions. It has turned from relatively sunny and getting warmer back to a more cool day, a little overcast. And this leads me to remember the importance of the sun and vitamin D. What can vitamin D do for you? And is going for a walk in the sun actually beneficial? Well, I'll let you in on a little secret. Vitamin D is actually a hormone. Like many other compounds, it has far-reaching implications. It is really essential in immune system function. It is essential in losing weight. It is essential in peaceful sleep. It can be essential for bone health, as most people know. But is merely going out into the sun for a walk going to get you the vitamin D you want? Well, the answer to that is only if you're by a pool. In order to get the amount of vitamin D you need, you have to be dressed as if you're going to the pool. That's how much skin exposure is necessary. A little bit exposure from your head and the top of your neck and your hands is not going to be enough, especially if you live north of the 45th parallel on the globe, or south of the corresponding parallel in the southern hemisphere. So this is something that is really important for people to know. It's vital to have enough vitamin D, and one can argue that there is a worldwide deficiency in vitamin D that has set people up for being so sick in the last 2 to 2.5 years, with the confluence of other events that we all know about. So the other little secret is that vitamin D recommendations are woefully underquoted. This is due to the fact that there is a historic misrepresentation of data on early studies of vitamin D and what they should be taken in daily allowances. So that's one thing to keep in mind, that the recommended daily doses that you might have been told are quite low. And that's something you should look into. So what about conditions changing in the markets on the finance side? Well, that happens too. Generally speaking, you can have a bright, sunny, what's called a bullish market where everything is increasing in price and people are really happy because assets are going up in value. And then there can be a little bit of a cloud, a little bit of a cooling down, what's known as a bearish market, where things are either on a plateau or moving what's called sideways, or of course going down, and in the extreme crashing. So you have to be aware of these conditions as well, and you have to understand that certain things you can do during these financial conditions can fortify you as well. And it's not quite as simple as making sure that you have this kind of asset or that kind of asset, but it's rather the mix of assets that are important. So we'll get into that in much more detail later on, but just food for thought about changing conditions.